Hello and greetings. We are from AM22S6A1, which is from Group 3. We'll be presenting Pygmy 11 conservation as our topic. But before we start, let me introduce my group members. My name is Norfaslera Hardina as the first presenter, together with Reza Jonis as second presenter, Evelyn as the third presenter, and Suraya James as the last presenter. Without wasting time, let's start the presentation. Borneo is an extraordinary island with one of the world's most biodiverse ecosystems, and among its expanses live the rare Borneo pygmy elephants. The Borneo pygmy elephants can be found in the forests of northern Borneo, Malaysia, and also Indonesia. The Borneo pygmy elephant is 30% smaller than the Asian elephant, barely reaching a height of 2.5 meters as opposed to the 3.5 meters of their bigger counterparts. A fully developed pygmy elephant may stand 8.2 to 9.8 feet tall and weigh between 6,500 and 11,000 pounds. Although they are the world's smallest elephants, they are nevertheless massive and hefty, making them Borneo's biggest animal. Borneo pygmy elephants are regarded to be gentler in character than other elephant species. Unfortunately, the risks that these gentle Borneo giants face are the same as those that other elephants face across the world. Pygmy elephants are a critically endangered species, with an estimated 1,500 individuals remaining in the wild, principally in Sabah. This pygmy elephant has lost their habitat due to human encroachment, where the forests that used to be their habitat were redeveloped into an oil plantation area. Not only that, but these elephants are also being shot and poisoned blindly by people. In early 2021, Sabah was tuned to learn that a Borneo pygmy elephant had been found dead with its skin peeled off and limbs severed, as well as bullet wounds on its torso, including the head and ivory. The carcass of this pygmy elephant was discovered by oil palm plantation workers in Tongot, Kinabatangan. There is no doubting that this is the worst case of animal fatalities in Sabah history. Therefore, in this study we will discuss more regarding the issue of the pygmy elephant, suggestions to solve the issue, and also lessons learned from that issue, which will be presented by my other group members.
Now move to the details of the issue, which is declining number of pygmy elephant population in Peninsular Malaysia due to various types of threat to elephant. First, death caused by cadmium, brutal killing and poisoning, and the second, conflict between humans and wildlife, and the last is elephant trade. Muguntan pada 2021 defined cadmium as a toxic heavy metal, whereby the causes of the death of Sabah endangered Borneo pygmy elephants over the years. According to National Poison Center, 3 of 4 elephants we found dead over the past months in Sabah East, which had high level of cadmiums in their livers and kidney. For instance, a dead elephant was found near Sungai Resang Sukau in the Lower Kinabatangan Wildlife Sanctuary. Apart from that, the death of elephant is caused by brutal killing. For instance, in this article stated that an elephant carcass without tusk teeth to a tree on a river bank in Sungai Udin Dumpas in Kalabakan Tawau on September 25. Subsequently, the autopsy results show that the elephant died because the bullet penetrated the skull, while the left and right of the elephant body had traces of about 70 shots. As a result, the perpetrators Martin Allah, 40 years old, and Abdullah of the brutal killing of a male Borneo pygmy elephant at Sungai Udin were given sentences of about 4 years imprisonment. Poisoning also causes of deaths of elephant which will harm the body for exposure to poison. For example, the gym elephant died of suspected poisoning in Lahadatu accordingly to Lee, 2021. Another threatening from conflict between humans and species which stated to become serious in Peninsula Malaysia when mass forest conversions will carry out of large-scale agriculture programs and will cause millions of ringgits to be lost due to the conflict with elephant. Besides the destructions and fragmentations due to the forest clearance for plantations, human settlement, routes, and other development are expected to force these protected species to move further away from area. As a result, 20 cases of death of Pygmy Borneo elephant reported due to hunting, falling into traps, and fight among elephants. Poachers will continue to hunt as long as there is a demand from the market without caring about the problem of the extinctions of wild animals. Organs and ivory are high demands and lucrative prices, especially from international markets such as China. For example, the case of the seizure of elephant ivory in Tarakan last July was ivory smuggled from Lahadatu.
Very good day, my name is Evelyn and I will show you the suggestions of the problem for Borneo pygmy elephant. Borneo pygmy elephant is listed as one of the endangered animals with the estimations of populations to be fewer than 1,500 species left. The decline of this species occurred due to poaching, forced killing, and animal trade for profit. Therefore, there are few suggestions that will be explained to protect Borneo pygmy elephant as being shown below. One of the suggestions that can be appealed to the government is to gain the responsibility from non-government organizations (NGO) such as World Welfare for Nature (WWF), the Malaysian National Animal Welfare Conservation Society (WCF), and Malaysian Nature Protection Organizations (PPAM). Non-government organizations can work together with government organizations to spread awareness towards society about Borneo pygmy elephant protections and conservation. This is important because society needs to know about endangered animals that need to be protected for future generations. Management of government Malaysia also is important because it is the protections of the endangered animal is in their hand. The government and non-government organizations need to take care of good management to a pygmy elephant with their own strength. For example, government could have NGO in terms of funds, and NGOs could give in terms of volunteers and the human energies to protect the elephant. Both parties could give their best, and the management according to the monitoring capability of elephants population in range countries, since illegal hunters is very active. The reason in having more rangers to protect and monitor the populations of elephant, especially forest reserve, is to protect the endangered animal. Must
but not least, another suggestion that could be added is by establish elephant conversation center such as in Johor, where it's only focused on the elephant. There are lots animal center, but not focused in one species. It need to focus in one center as it more preparations towards it. For instance, one of the elephant center in Johor Elephant Saturation Shelter, where the organizations focus on elephant protections and also one of the attractions placed to foreign. These establishments could help the management to get more knowledge and information in handling elephant situations. Another suggestion in helping Borneo pygmy elephant is by enforcing the law. The government need to increase the requirement standard of hunting license in Malaysia because one of the factors that lead to animal existence is because due to low standards of requirement of in.
Next, I'm going to explain the lesson that we can learn from the issue of the pygmy elephants. There are 3 lessons that I'm going to highlight in this video. Firstly, we are able to apply anthropomorphism as a human being. And next, we also able to increase human research and knowledge regarding the elephant species for better protections. And lastly, we able to know the responsibility of various parties in protections of the pygmy elephants. What we can learn from the issue of the pygmy elephants, we are able to know the responsibility of different parties in protecting the pygmy elephants. From the issue of the pygmy elephants, we can see that it is important for all parties to cooperate in the protections of the endangered species, and it is clear what is the responsible for each people towards the environmental protections of the pygmy elephant. There are various parties responsible for protections the endangered species, including the pygmy elephant, such as the government, NGO, and also the society. This is because all human beings in the world are responsible for the environment, including all living things, as humans will act as the stewards of the environment. Environmental stewardship refers to the action taken by individual, groups, or networks of actors with varying motivations and level of capacity to protect, care, and responsible for the environment. To reduce human-elephant conflicts, several managements, including the responsible NGO, take serious measures in protections of the pygmy elephants. We also can see that how the government taking effort through the implementation of the Elephant Action Plan established by the Sabah Wildlife Department with the assistance of the relevant NGOs, where it intends to conduct frequent monitoring and survey in all controlled elephant ranges and compile a complete database on the elephants' population. In addition to legal enforcement, the perceptions of the local communities is critical to the survival of the species. Positive attitude towards pygmy elephants will give a long-term solution to human-elephants conflict. People who understand the benefits of living near white elephants are more likely to support their survival in the area. Next, we also able to learn to increase human research and knowledge regarding the elephant species for better protection. According to WWF, Borneo elephants are a high conservation priority, but they are the world's least understood elephants. No one has ever researched the Bornean elephants before WWF arrival in the Borneo. WWF successfully fitted satellite collars to 5 elephants in the different herds in Malaysia Sabah state in 2005. The collaring is part of the first scientific research on this little known species. Today, WWF still continue to collar and track this endangered creature movement to decrease human-wildlife conflict and inform conservation efforts. Due to various research that had been done, it helps the researcher examining enforcement strategies to increase detections of violations with proper enforcement action will be best improve compliance with the wildlife protections laws. The third lesson that we can learn from the issue of the pygmy elephant, we learn how to apply anthropomorphism as a human being. Writers, artists, and even the conservationists have attempted to generate sympathy for wildlife by connecting them with emotions and features that we value in ourselves, where it is a process known as anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism, also known by assuming animals have the same feeling as we do, such as they also can feel pain, happy, sad, and scared. By applying this anthropomorphism in the issue of the pygmy elephant, will push people to take action to improve the condition in which they could not picture themselves living. For example, if more people were aware of an elephant attachment to place and the grief they feel when their habitat and fellow elephants are lost due to this destructive agricultural practice, they will be more likely to push back against those organizations involved in the palm oil industry and try to persuade them to stop making the elephants unhappy.